one of the heroes that has the toughest time here in this crowd control meta is Crunch. As well as Chimera, but Crunch, he is combo oriented. So if you can disrupt that combo, he really, really hurts. Here in today's match, we are trying to take care of that prime issue with him. Is there a way for him to continue on his combos regardless of what happens to him? Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see the full build and where we go through the cards in detail, go to the end of the video, as that is where we'll look at the build in depth. So, ladies and gentlemen, the very first ability we get is Left Crunch. What it is it's a increased cleave ability. So what it does is 79 ability damage and 50% bonus cleave rating, and when it is empowered, it deals 25% bonus ability damage and 70% bonus cleave rating. So Crunch has a very unique system of combos that's actually built into his kit. It's not that the abilities synergize well with each other, but they do. It's the fact that there's actually part of the ability itself that is amplified when you combo it properly. So that's something that we will talk about when his ultimate actually unlocks this feature of his kit. So his Left Crunch, that is the damage dealing ability. You use Left Crunch to deal the damage, and you got to make sure that when you do choose to use your Q, it is either the ability that's going to be empowered or the ability right before that's going to be empowered, so that you can really make sure to just get the damage off. That's basically it. The second ability that we got is Right Crunch. 73 ability damage and applies a slow of 200 max movement speed. Now, when it's empowered, you deal 25% bonus damage and you knock up instead of slow. So this Gideon here is going to have a probably easy time disrupting me. Yet no, okay, I got it. So we're not going to be ganking too soon, just because we don't have all of our abilities. We're not dealing that much damage, so we're just simply not going to be really too concerned about doing any funny ganks. As you've seen, we are here in this right jungle, trying to clear all these camps. Well, Gideon maybe was waiting for somebody to go and gank, because now I realize that he did indeed have that purple buff. So once you have cleared all of these camps thrice, once you've cleared all of them thrice, then you can get the green camp that gives you a special buff. That buff deals damage to enemies that hit you and when it explodes. So we're going to go over here, boom. We're going to animation cancel our basic attack, which is another part of Crunch. If you can weave in basic attacks with your abilities, like I just did there, the instant that your basic attack lands on the enemy, you can use an ability to animation cancel the last half of the ability, making your next basic attack happen much faster. Basically, you're saving that half of the animation from even happening at all. So now watch how easy this is going to be to take down this camp here, as a nice cleave goes to town, and our green buff here gonna have a really easy time. Now, on every odd minute, you have to make sure to get these buffs here. Oh, and I wasted it. I thought I wouldn't be. I wasn't gonna be able to. But where is that Gideon? I know he's sneaky in there, but no, he's not. So at this point, I actually have a tough time I actually have a tough time. Ooh, hello there, Kwong. I have a tough time kind of deciding what to upgrade, to be honest with you. Do I upgrade my left crunch that deals a whole bunch of damage, or do I upgrade my right crunch that gives me a whole bunch of that increases the slow? I don't know, and it's something that I struggle with. Now, the last ability that we get here is Forward Crunch. This one sends us shooting into, this one sends us shooting forward. Abilities and have to peace out as in butchered gank by both the Gideon and us. So fantastic job on that steal. That was a really well timed. That was just a really well timed bull rush. As the Gideon unfortunately didn't use his teleport to raise him into the air there. Let me get the red buff. All right. So Forward Crunch, you dash forward 1,250 units, dealing 46 ability damage. But when it's empowered, though, it does something entirely different. You dash enemy heroes along the way. So you kind of It takes a while to get used to because there's a delay to, you know, there's a delay before he actually is forward, and then, you know, and then there's you just getting used to exactly how it works. It takes some time. It really takes some time. Looks like this mid lane Gideon here didn't stay to push up his lane. I'm not sure why he decided to do that, because I don't know if I can really be a nuisance here to this this Gideon all that much. I'm going to do this here. Okay, so not sure why that Gideon decided to go back at that moment. So it really wasn't the best time to. Now that we have unlocked our ultimate, oh boy, there's a big part to his ultimate. So what does his ultimate do? There's an active part of it that repeats the last ability used. So you can, and then you actually end up repeating that ability that is used. So I should have went mid lane, as I'm totally not paying attention. One part of it is on every basic attack that you land, you remove 0.4 seconds from any abilities that are on cooldown. So as you can see, if you watch very closely, watch the Q there, the 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you can see that actually reduces the cooldown. That is active. So as long as you continue to hit your basic attacks, you can then actually end up reducing the cooldowns of your abilities, making you use them faster. That's a pretty big part. Fight before getting nuked down, before getting the power of crunch. So that is unfortunately a big part of it. I'm going to go for our right crunch here, just because that is going to enable me to slow them down a little bit more. And I'm definitely not going to be somebody here to defend lane at all, as unfortunately I'm just going to really kind of here fake them into maybe pushing up that left lane a bit, and then come in from the side all of a sudden. No, they're going to retreat, as they definitely should. And I'm going to quickly here burn down this group here. And there you go, as there you see there you see the empowered version of our left crunch with a little bit more of a cleave animation to it than before. Now, the very nice group, the very nice part about your right crunch when it is empowered is that you knock enemies up. So there is a crowd control sort of aspect to it. So here I'm going to go in on this steel, knock him up just like that. There we go, baby. Oh yeah, so I'm going to use my forward crunch here to get onto this Murdoch. And let's see if I can very nicely to make sure that he was there for the rest of my team, and it actually worked out. As the Gideon ultimate there went to town tremendously on him, and it enabled him to, you know, maybe not get away there, and that is why. So that is the thinking there. So the recrunch obviously empowers every third ability, so you kind of have to do some. You just have to actually get used to. I'm gonna do a little bit of a burst here, take just a little bit of damage, and then jump out. You may not be aware that we are going for a Captain Caster Crunch. So we are playing him a very, very high damage, basically no attack speed. Just because in this meta, if you're gonna die super duper quick, you want to deal as much damage as possible, as fast as possible, and just get out of there. So I'm gonna quickly take this camp here, as we have no mana for our crunch. There we go. And now I'm gonna go and get this river buff for a little bit of mana to quickly get these camps down. So of course I don't record completely annihilating I'm actually going to finish this real quick and then show you something else. The very nice disengage of crunch, 2 forward crunch, 1 of the actual ability, and then you can just use a recrunch to actually get out of there. So I'm gonna maybe be a little bit of a tease for, ooh, okay, or not. Now we have to be a little bit careful here, as, ooh, very nicely done. As, okay, so even if you have low, oh boy. I'm gonna, okay, nope. Oh, there's a stun. Can I get out of here? Oh, look at this. I'm being very, very, very aggressive simply because of just the fact that Crunch, if he's still alive, he can do a lot. Like, he doesn't need time, very much time, kinda, to do his thing. So if I can just get a couple bursts in there, hey, that was a showcase of just being pretty darn aggressive. If you I'm gonna be a little bit aggressive here. Oh, I'm gonna come in. Oh, very nicely done. And the Gideon, unfortunately, all right, so I was trying to burst down that Aurora there, but unfortunately not much happened. So what I was thinking there was I was going to try to actually stun her as much as I could, but I kind of want to go back and defend the mid tower. That's a little bit more important, to be honest with you. And I'm gonna go and do that right now. So I was gonna try to stun her, but you know, it takes a few moments here to do this. So, oh, you want to try some more business here? Come on, where's the? Again, we're gonna have the recrunch here ready pretty soon. There we go. Recrunch into another forward crunch to definitely get away. No problem. Here's a little engagement in the mid lane. What I'm thinking is I am basically a assassin. I'm basically an assassin. That's kind of how I unfortunately have to think of crunch. I do my damage and then I get out. So here's this Kwang. Oh, come, baby. I'm gonna actually do this. Actually, I'm gonna do this just a little bit here. There we go. Look at that damage on that. Oh, but any follow-up, please. Thank you very much. There we go. That is the potential of crunch there to make that work. So there you go. There's that pick. I decided to go in that stun there on that Gideon was real. And you know what? There's that double kill. That's exactly what you want to do. Very nice. Very glad to finally get a chance to show you guys that, because I never, unfortunately, seem to do good showcases of anything. So there you go. That is the burst potential of Crunch, as that's unfortunately how we have to play him now. As he is just unfortunately just a whole bunch of burst. You just have to play him burst. Kind of have to forget the math and just go with burst. Only burst. That's about the only option. So again, let's try to see if we can burst anybody else. Here's this. Oh. Oh, damn. She did a very good job there. Did very, very, very good job. And now we have not that much mana left. So unfortunately, we're going to have to think about retreating here a little bit. We really should have just grouped here in this mid lane. And actually push down this tower, because now nothing is really happening. So I'm going to say careful left lane, just kind of retreat, because unfortunately now this is kind of being oh, this is degenerated. Aurora, be careful. I'm gonna just kind of stand behind here. And again, we have to be an assassin. Unfortunately, we have to be an assassin. I did build as much life as I felt, health as comfortable in that Sage's, in the Guardian's Ward and the Sage's Sylphin here. Oh. What is happening here? I'm gonna stun lock this. Look at that Kwang, completely annihilated. And we can just go with this, do out of that, and now we can boop, boom, 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 boom. Ladies and gentlemen, Aurora, you really want to fight? No, you don't. No, you don't. You really don't. Oh, there you go. So there you guys go. But unfortunately, that Murdoch did a fantastic job there. A split push in the left lane. Looks like a tier 1 tower. Fortunately, did for us. One of the very important things of Crunch here, of this build, Incessant Onslaught, giving us the ability to have 10% cooldown reduction as soon as we hit a basic attack on a player. So what we're doing here is using one basic attack on a player, and then we are just unloading on them, you know, for our combos, for the rest. So always making sure that we hit a target first with our basic attack, and then go into our combos. Here's a little bit of something. I don't think this is going to end up being much, but hey, that's one dead Murdoch. I don't even need the rest of my combo. But I'm gonna stun lock this Crunch here, or this Kwang rather, and let's go do it again here. I'm actually gonna use my oh, there we go. Look at that. Oop. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. You can see that the empowered right Crunch is really, really, really strong here. And as that's what I'm choosing to mostly do, because I feel like controlling the enemy players here is actually what's going to be the best. Simply because if you know, if they get away, I can't do anything. So I'm gonna have to make sure that I stick onto them, and the only way that I can make sure to do that is unfortunately with our empowered right click. So I'm gonna go in here. Yes. Yes! There's the green buff exploding. Actually getting that kill there. Now I have to be really careful though. It looks like the Murdoch is alive! That's what I was looking for. 15 fucking health. Oh, I'm so sorry, Murdoch. Probably feel really bad about that one. Oh, I'm so sorry. So I really want Purity Sensor. I really want Purity Sensor. That is the next card, so we don't have to wait too long, as this is something that I'm going to, you know, I'm going to try on Crunch. Remove all debuffs from yourself and nearby allies, simply so that we can keep doing our thing, right? We need to be able to keep hitting the enemy heroes, their basic attacks with our abilities. And you know, if we're not doing that, we're pretty useless. So I'm going to really try to focus on removing slows, removing stuns, and I hope that kind of you know, that kind of takes care of Crunch's issues. I think I'm gonna be intercepting some enemy heroes here. There we go. I'm gonna do a burst combo. There's that stun. I'm fine doing that. Oh, but okay. All right, so we did intercept some heroes here. Here's the Kwang, though. He's totally gonna be taken out, isn't he? Let's see if he makes any sneaky moves here to get away. But we should be waiting for him. Okay. Okay, no, he's definitely dead. He's definitely dead. All right. So I could have used that purity sensor. That's true. I completely forgot I had that. Smart, Sylphin. You're really smart. Good job. Wow. Good job, Sylphin. Wow. Unfortunately, oh my goodness, and I would have. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, guys. We're gonna do this here. We're gonna use our impurity sensor. Get away from that. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm low in health. Oh goodness. Solid display of what not to do. Ladies and gentlemen, solid display of what not to do. So we have some health options on here on the purity sensor. I actually feel like I don't need it, ironically, after I just died. Just because with the way that our team's playing, I just feel like I don't need it. So we're not going to get it just yet. We're going to go into Wind Carver Blade first, followed by a Meltdown, simply because that that penetration needs more power here for it to make sense mathematically. I could start going into it, guys, but you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. This power is absolutely necessary here, as we need 7 CP, sorry, in order to get this card. We have a Murdoch here. Let's see how fast we can annihilate him. Oh damn! Oh damn! Damn! I should have went in there. I thought I thought he would have been able to see me, just kind of out of the corner of his screen. So unfortunately, I did decide to not go in there, as that Murdoch would definitely be able to take me out if I don't get the jump on him. If I am not within melee range when when the combat starts, we won't be able to do anything. So I'm going to do this into the stun combo. Oh, nicely done! Just barely able to get that combo off there, and she uses her frozen simulacrum to get away and absorb my stun there, which would have been very, very good, because then we would have been able to stun her in place, and really, that would have been the end of her for sure. So as the theme is here, you're a jungle robot. You dive out from the jungle to completely destroy the enemy, and you have to kind of act like it. You have to come out of nowhere in order to really do that. So I'm going to do this into some of the get these last hits here. I'm going to try to go and maybe follow up on this for our Aurora here. The steel does miss his stun there. I'm going to try to see if... of course I go the wrong way. An enemy has been slain. There's the Kwang. So I'm going to... hopefully he can go there. Where's he going? Alright, so let's see if we can catch up to him. Whee! Oh, okay. There we go. Boom! Kaboomy. There's nice dead Kwang. As you can see, very easily use your forward crunch to close the distance between you and the enemy. And here's I'm gonna try to use my no! See, I tried to weave in my basic attacks there, but you just lose out on that time. You lose out on the time for you to use your abilities, and it's just not worth it. A basic attack or two in there is not worth that crowd control from your right crunch. It's not worth it. So I know everybody wants me to, I know everybody wants me to weave in my basic attacks, but I don't think it's worth it. Like there, I didn't get that stun off in time simply because I tried to weave in a basic attack. You know what? And that would have been a dead Gideon. And I think, you know what, a majority of cases, that is in fact what happens That is what happens in these engagements. So I don't think, unfortunately, with the way Crunch is right now, with the way the meta is, I don't think you can get away. You can get away with weaving in your basic attacks. Do your first basic attack, and then otherwise, you just gotta, yeah, you just gotta whatever. So there's the Murdoch. He's really anxious. He's so anxious. You can see him looking around, trying to look for me because I can absolutely delete him. I can absolutely delete him really quickly. There's a little bit of a skirmish here in this right lane, unfortunately. Oh, but damn. I thought that we were going to be able to do something there between the Giddy and I, but I didn't get there in time to make anything happen. So I'm actually going to go and see what this Kwong. Ooh, boy. We're going to get some of these last hits. Here's a nice cleave. And just kind of go away. So, unfortunately, not much is really happening here in this game as we're being a little aggressive. Or, everybody's being a little cautious, rather. There's a nice pick. I'm not sure where that happened. So, yeah, guys, Crunch, unfortunately, not meta at all, but we're just trying to make him meta. And forcing that on a hero, you know, unfortunately, I don't think is all that great. Because I think it's sometimes just not meant to be. Crunch is fantastic. Guys, don't get me wrong. In the, you know, in the lower ELOs, when he's allowed to do his thing. Ah! See, I'm not even able to do that. As that is maybe the issue with Crunch. That is maybe the issue with Crunch. You're not allowed to get your full combo off in time. You're just not allowed. Simply just not allowed. So I'm just going to do this here. Oh, goodness. Yup. Fantastically done. Fantastically done, Aurora. Well done. That, yep. Well done. That was definitely not a time to engage there. So again, here is there's the gang, but not much able to happen there. I even preemptively made sure that my stun happened there, you know, earlier, but still not able to make anything happen. So let's go and try to be a little nuisance here. I'm gonna come in from behind, just like this Kwong is doing. And let's see. Oh, nicely done. Nicely done. And that is my death. That is my death. Yep, the Murdoch read me like a book. And that is the issue right there. That is the issue with why Crunch is not meta. In the high ELOs, he is too predictable. You know exactly what he's going to do. He uses 3 abilities, and the third one hurts. It's real simple. It's real simple. And you can't do that. You gotta engage with friendly players. You just gotta make it happen. So that is the issue right there with Crunch. You guys saw it right there. We're gonna try to solo this Gideon here, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna be able to do here. Yep. There's the crowd control. There we go. Let's get out of here. And I'm just dead, aren't I? Yep. There you go. Problem with Crunch. Right there. Crowd control. A, stupid decision to go there by myself. I thought that Steel maybe wasn't going to waste his ultimate on just one person. Because, well, now doesn't have his ultimate, and that one inhibitor's done. And now their middle lane is done, so arguably, still. But that is the issue with Crunch. You have to make sure that I didn't even want to use my purity sensor there because, well, I was just gonna be able to use my other abilities to get out, so I didn't even bother, and we still have more damage. So, okay, there's a few good showcases there of Crunch, the absolutely just annihilation of heroes. When you get there, even more damage was gonna happen here. Oh, it's absolutely crazy. With a little bit of health on this lesser health, on this Guardian's ward rather, I think is necessary. Unfortunately, I think we have to, and the purity sensor, sorry. I think that's just a must. If you're going to try to play Crunch, You need that health just to survive a few hits at least while you're stunned. And if you can remove those debuffs, you do with the purity sensor. And I think this incessant onslaught is just a really nice option, so that hopefully, because you are staying alive with the purity sensor and the Guardian's Ward, you can use that cooldown to get another round of spells off. And because there's so much damn damage, I think that it works really nicely. Let's go take a look at the build. And here is the build, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Caster Crunch. Playing it like a caster. Basically no kinetic. Well, I mean, you kind of have to get it here in these wind cover blades and stuff like that. But all power. You're a caster. Huge focus on his abilities. With a little bit of cooldown reduction on the Incessant Onslaught. Pretty darn cool. The Warlord, not this one. The Archmages, because of the structures to minions, I really do appreciate that much, much more. You start off with a health potion or healer token if you are in that off lane, as he definitely can be pretty good in that off lane. He has an escape with his forward crunch. He has a cleave, obviously, and then 2 cleaves with his ultimate. So he does pretty damn well in that off lane, and as well as a jungler. If you are a jungler, you start with the Sage's Sylphin, a little bit of lesser health. But if not, you go into the Guardian's Ward with a little bit of health here as well. That really sets you up nicely. After the Guardian's Ward and Sage's Sylphin, or whatever you happen to be in, you get 3 Madstone Gems. 3 Madstone Gems for a whole bunch of damage. That works really nicely. After those Madstone Gems, you get the Incessant Onslaught for that basic attack on players, grant that 10% cooldown reduction. Again, with the cards later on that we're going to be hopefully staying alive for a little bit longer, hopefully being able to stick to players a little bit more because of the cards that we do have. So hopefully this comes into play. We can get those really high value abilities, because we're focusing on them so much with their power, off on the enemy to really kind of just be crazy, just be nuts, just be absolutely nuts. So there's the Incessant Onslaught. I think that really works quite well. After that, go into the Purity Sensor. That is the hump of the build. That 13 card power just kind of boof into only 2 cards. Kind of hurts, but boy, that Purity Sensor, I really didn't use it that much. You guys can play it better than I can. I really hope that this is really good for him. And you know what? In my head, in this head of mine, I think it is. With some health here, just because you just need to survive. You just need to survive in order to do anything. And I think it's absolutely a must. I think the meta, pardon me, is moving to that. So I think that is definitely very appropriate. Save this health for last, basically when you need it. Get this health. After that, you just go out replacing your 3 Madstone Gems with your Meltdown and 2 Windcarver Blades. I definitely suggest going into this Windcarver Blade first and then the Meltdown. It's up to you. I suggest Windcarver Blade, Meltdown, and then Windcarver Blade. Final build here, Purity Sensor on Incessant Onslaught, 2 Windcarver Blades, this Meltdown, this Guardian's Ward, and that's it. Hopefully, guys, let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this build. Am I trying to make something broken work? Or do you think that is this actually viable? Is a little bit of health and the Purity Sensor enough to keep him alive so that you can do those crazy high damage abilities? Let me know. Let me know. Please, like this video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe, and of course, subscribe. Brutal outro. That was terrible. If you guys enjoyed the video and you found it useful, please subscribe so I can maybe try to attempt somewhat to try to do it for you later. Optimistic and positive.